Well,
Alrighty. Now, this week. So, what did you guys think of the videos and the article I
they were awesome. Hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to the one girl, Melina Pendulum's channel on YouTube. So, like, I have all of her videos there, like, in a row. So, and
Okay.
I remember watching that, like, last year, and I remembered it was, like, really one of her most powerful ones to me because as somebody who is Black and who, like, reads a lot of fantasy and sci-fi, like, there's I don't know if you can see it, my bookshelf over there, it's like composed of pretty much everything that is fantasy and fiction.
Awesome.
So that's my genre.
Nice.
And that's what I usually watch on television. And I don't personally watch the show. I've tried to watch it a couple of times, but life, and I was doing something else. But I was very much awed by the fact that this is one of the, I think, really the only show, if not one of the few shows, that has a Black female lead that was able to like be such a commodity in that community, the way characters like Olivia Pope from Scandal or what's her face, don't watch the show, How to Get Away with Murder is. But
Viola Davis.
yeah, those are like political drama thriller shows. Like, this is a fantasy television show, so it's like a completely different ballgame.
Right. It was amazing to me listening to that to see how many people really did like the show and how big of a fan base she had, and then
Just
how they just pardon.
Nicole Bahari or the television?
Yeah, just her. How big it was and big for the genre it was, and then how the writers just suddenly killed her off with no plan or anything and just left people hanging, and
and I believe
how they thought they were going to continue on without her is just
they canceled the show after season 4. The season after she died, they canceled it right after.
Okay.
Yeah, they lost a lot of their fan base. I even stopped watching it after that because you literally just killed off one of your main characters. And you started with so much diversity, and then they kind of just said, forget it. We'll just keep doing what we did in the past. So for me,
they went backwards, right?
Yeah. And I don't know if anybody hasn't seen Black Panther yet. You guys should. It's
guys, no spoilers.
I'm not going to get spoilers, but I'm just saying with diversity, that movie is completely epic. And I mean, just seeing Lupita and Denai, they're Black women and they have major roles in the movie. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm hoping that, Hollywood, like, oh yeah, look at this. This is actually working. Maybe we should do this more often. So I'm hoping.
Yeah. And I think there was a part in the Melina Pendulum video where she was saying how when the Abby Mills character died, she said something how I serve my purpose. I died for you, Ichabod, and like said it was like the basically saying you made it so a Black woman was supposed to say that her purpose in life was to help a white man and then die for it.
What kind of writing is that?
Yeah, and I like how
all 5 of us could write something better.
Like how she said after that, that's like somebody who clearly doesn't have any Black friends because they would have done
Also, the Mary Sue article said something that I thought was really striking when she said, Sleepy Hollow reinforced the expendability that Black bodies are in genre television and prove that protagonist protection does not extend to the Black community. And that was just like, it's so shocking, but it's like, it's also not shocking because it happens constantly. It's just so upsetting to see that, like, you have finally like a POC female in this like important role and a lead character. And then the girls in the BGN video, they were saying, like, I believe they're both women. Yes. Elizabeth and Shanae. And they said that, like, Twitter even mourned the character better than the show did. So it's just really sad that Hollywood, yet again, is not connecting with the communities like of their viewers, and they really aren't relating to them and giving them what they want. So.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. I think that's the biggest thing that I got from all of this is that it was so clear to all of the fans that they didn't want any of this to happen, yet the producers of the show still kind of went through with it. It's like, where was your mind at if you're doing that, knowing that what the consequences are going to be from your fan base? It just seems very silly.
Yeah.
All right. So
they mentioned something about social media and how there's internet now, and you can. So 20 years ago, they wouldn't be able to see who their fan base was or who's watching their show, right? But now they have no excuse. So
easy, yeah.
Yeah. They have social media. They know what's going on out there.
So it's nice because you see the power of social media because they canceled it after the 4th season. So you see how that was effective. So that's really interesting to see how viewers are using their voices together, because I feel like on their own, maybe they all wouldn't have boycotted the show to the extent that they did as a group, the entire fan base. So that's really cool.
All right, let me bring up one of the questions that I put down on the Google Doc. So in the Melina Pendulum video, sorry I keep bringing her up, but she's one of my favorites, and I really like how she's very impactful. But she brought up how the Abby Mills character was the Buffy for the Black community. What did you guys, what was your response to that? Do you think it was a fair comparison? Or did you not see really any comparisons at all?
Well, for me personally, I remember watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer when I was little, and I would read the books all the time. For me, I didn't really get a connection just because I feel for them to be actresses, it would be completely different for a white woman at that time getting a role, and then a Black woman, in modern Hollywood trying to get a role. I feel like there's connection, yes, because there were lead roles that were played by women. However, just with the ethnicity factor put into it, I feel like it might have been a little harder for Nicole to get her role, just because of everything that's been going on with modern Hollywood and how they kind of like to mainly put white actors and actresses in it. So for me, I didn't really see the connection, but I also think maybe I'm just not looking at it at the right perspective.
Yeah, I think the main connection she was talking about is because Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Abby, they were kind of in these supernatural slayer kind of positions. They were meant to fight these supernatural evils. So I think that's where the comparison.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think it also would have been a little stronger if Nicole had been in the show longer, if the show had been a little longer running, and her character didn't stop getting character development after the first season, pretty much. So if in the second and third season she had more character development and more episodes devoted to her, I think this connection would have been a little stronger. But I definitely see where she's coming from. So.
Kayla and Sam, any input from you guys?
I don't know. I was kind of thinking it's the same. As far as, originally I was looking at it as kind of comparing the difficulty to get that kind of lead role. And I think it's kind of, even today, it's kind of hard for women, at least in sci-fi kind of films or TV shows and fantasy stuff, for women to get the lead role alone, let alone a Black woman. I think it's just even that rare for there to be a Black woman in the lead role. So I can kind of see how it's comparable.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so there's no really way to tell how long we've been going. This recording does not have a time marker.
No, we're probably golden though.
Yeah, it's 9:46, and I think we started at 9:30. Let's see. I think we're good.
9:30 something. Alrighty. All right. Let me stop the recording.